Hey, and you're very welcome to this Ask Me Anything podcast. If you like the information, make sure to like and subscribe. It all goes into the pot and helps me to give you more of the information that serves you. So this week, Mary, who has fibromyalgia, asked, what foods should I avoid to reduce inflammation? Now, if you're a fibromyalgia sufferer, you will know that there are no two fibromyalgias the same. There are no two people the same. So whilst I will share foods that are good and foods that are bad, it's good to know that food is not the solution and it's rarely the problem. It's usually something inside the body, some organ that isn't working well, that is responding to the foods that you take. So rather than eliminating foods, because that is a path that just never ends, you'll eliminate that, you'll eliminate that, you'll eliminate that. Rather, look to the body and see how you can strengthen the body so it's more able to deal with the food that you eat. But saying that, I will be sharing foods. I'll give you an example. I cannot eat broccoli. Broccoli makes my tummy swell. I really don't do well on broccoli. And what's the main vegetable that my 3 young sons eat? Broccoli. Yes. So for some people, it will give them inflammation, and for some people, it will be really beneficial. So what I'm saying is there's no one solution. You have to take everything that I'm saying to you in balance and see what suits you. First of all, if we are dealing with pain and inflammation in the body, the first organ I go to is the liver. I know you're mirrored. So actually it's the right hand side of the body underneath the ribs, and that is the liver and the gallbladder, and that is responsible for flowing blood around the body. It's also responsible for your metabolism, so it stores fat around your body and it also releases the fat as energy into the cells so that you've got energy to do the things that you want to do in the day. And the third thing it does is it's the large filter for the body. So it filters the blood, it detoxes the blood, and it sends any of the wastes that we don't need into the large intestine for elimination. So you can see how if your liver is congested, you would have problems with pain and inflammation. One of the most famous pain and inflammation is caused by gout. And gout is really an inflammation of around the joints where the uric acid has been deposited around the joints, causing heat and inflammation. And that comes from a diet that stagnates the liver. So that would be very heavy in fats and plenty of alcohol. So think of Henry VIII. Often gout is seen as like a Henry VIII problem, and he would have eaten a diet full of red wine and ale, because often the ale and the wine was actually safer than drinking the water, so there was a lot more alcohol drunk, and very heavy on the meats. So in our modern day, what does that mean? Well, it means avoid heavy fats, not too much kind of cheese and dairy, also trans fats. So anything that's in your shortening, pizzas, cakes, biscuits, all of those usually have trans fats and margarine in them. You want to avoid those. They will also cause stagnation of the liver and cause pain and inflammation. And of course, alcohol. You want to avoid too much alcohol. This will cause non-alcoholic liver fatty disease. Well, actually, that will cause alcoholic liver fatty disease, but the congestion caused by fats and a heavy fat-rich diet will cause the same problems as too much alcohol, which is liver congestion. So those are some of the foods to avoid. But what are the foods we want to eat for the liver? What are the foods we want to help the liver move and flow? A really great one is turmeric. Turmeric, and especially if you get fresh turmeric, the active ingredient in that is called curcumin, and that stimulates the liver into action. So, and you can have that in more than just your teas. You can grate it over mashed potato. You can grate it with ginger and lemon, put a stick of cinnamon. Have a look on my website for the anti-inflammatory tea. There's a really fantastic tea there that uses fresh turmeric and fresh ginger. In Chinese medicine, I've laid it all out in this book, and you can see here the green chapter is for the liver. So that will tell you to be eating plenty of green food. So your green leafy vegetables will be great for stimulating the liver, moving the blood, reducing inflammation and pain. And also each of the organs has a flavour, and the flavour for the liver is sour. So you want to be thinking limes, lemons, pickles, and included in those pickles is fermented pickles. So sauerkraut, kimchi, and another ingredient that I really love for the liver that can help reduce inflammation and pain is umeboshi plum. Umeboshi plum is a salted, fermented, pickled plum. And you just need to take a small part of that, dissolve it in water and drink it down like a tea. You can use the paste in stews, in soups. You can even spread it on your toast. It's really brilliant for the liver. So if you've had food poisoning and you're feeling really nauseous, fantastic. If you want to also, if you've got a hangover, it's really brilliant because it's helping to clear the liver and move any stagnation and inflammation. It's important for the liver not to eat late at night. The time for the gallbladder is 11 till 1 and the liver is 1 till 3 in the morning. And it's really important that you get horizontal at that time, that you are actually sleeping. When the body lies horizontally, the blood flows back to the liver, and this is when it begins its detoxification process. So if you're not horizontal, if you're sitting there watching the telly, the blood is still going to be circulating around the body. Now, quite obviously, even when you're sleeping, the blood circulates, but it circulates less and it tends to pool in the liver. And this is when it gets detoxified. So it's really important not to snack late at night, because otherwise the liver is going to be producing digestive enzymes which are going to be digesting the food you eat. And that's not what you want to do when you sleep. You want to be using the detox ability of the liver, not the digestion. So use that detox liver to reduce the inflammation and pain from your body. Now, once we've done the liver, we then move round to the spleen. And I've got a great stomach and spleen point for you. But just before we get to that acupressure point, one of the big things that causes inflammation in the body is refined sugar. So you want to stay away from refined sugar. And I'm talking about that because we're talking about the spleen and the stomach. Just the same as the liver has a sour flavour, the spleen stomach has a sweet flavour. And if you're constantly eating refined sugar, it actually weakens the spleen. And the spleen, when I'm talking about spleen, I'm talking spleen, pancreas, duodenum. And you'll know that the spleen, pancreas, duodenum are responsible for producing insulin, which balances your blood sugar level. Too much insulin in your body will also create an inflammatory response. So reduce the sugars, and that means no takeaways. That means reducing your ready meals. They've all got lots of hidden sugars in them. Eating out, probably lots of hidden sugars in there too. So reduce and cut out your refined sugar. If you need to have something sweet, then have a natural sugar like maple syrup, honey. They're still glucose, they're still a sugar, but they also have other nutritional benefits, whereas refined sugar has none, and it only creates internal heat and inflammation. So stay away from the sugar. And if you do have fibromyalgia, I'm going to be doing a whole month on increasing energy and reducing pain in Chi Flow with Jo. And I'm going to show you one of the main points of the body. to increase your energy. And it's called Stomach 36. And it's also called 3 Mile Point because legend has it that an emperor walked his army 3 miles more when they pressed this point. So what I want you to do is find your knee, okay? And I want you to find your knee and I want you to put your finger underneath your kneecap, okay? So you've found that kind of groove. Now take the palm of your hand and put it on the inside of your knee and bring the first finger over that groove underneath the kneecap. Second, third and fourth. Where the fourth finger falls, you'll find that groove, that real groove, and you'll know in the right place, because if I flex my foot, it wants to kind of bounce me off that muscle. This is Stomach 36. How to press a point. You're not just pressing a button and ticking it off. You're connecting with your own energy. So press and feel your finger meet the point. It might feel really empty, so you'll wait for the energy to come to your finger or your thumb. Or it might feel really stuck and solid. What you might want to do is give it a rub. So traditionally, this is one of the big power points on the body. Really great for improving stomach and spleen function, reducing inflammation and increasing energy. So you've got 2 knees. Let's do the other one. Let's pull that up so you can. So you want to find that groove underneath the kneecap. Once you've found the groove underneath the kneecap, take your palm and place it on the inside of the knee and come over 1, 2, 3, 4 and take it to where that groove is. So I'm not on the bone, I'm right in that groove. Check you're in the right place by flexing and seeing if that muscle pushes you off, and massage, press and tap. Connect with your body. Connect with your body. Yes. Another great thing for reducing inflammation is Qigong. So Qigong, with its spiraling and opening movements, really benefits the liver and the spleen. The liver is on the right side and the spleen, pancreas, duodenum is on the left. So movements that twist the waist are really good for wringing out these internal organs. So have a look at the Spiral Palms Qigong video, and why not sign up for a free class? For the whole of March, we're going to be focusing on increasing energy, which means reducing pain and inflammation. I hope that helped you, Mary, and do keep it in touch. Tell me how your journey's going. May you be happy and may you be well. May I be happy, may I be well, and may all beings everywhere be happy, safe and well. Don't forget to subscribe and like if you found this video useful. And I promise I dedicate my time, effort and energy to making life more full of love for all of us.